Hey, what is up, everyone? Today, I'm going to talk about why not to focus on Bitcoin's price. But I will talk to you guys about my loose and general prediction for this year and over the long run. Now, you guys probably know me. I used to talk about different projects and price predictions, and I in hindsight, I cringe when I think about that because nobody knows where things are headed. I would talk about different stocks, different cryptos, and I don't even operate in the crypto space anymore. I'm just focused on Bitcoin. And it's because at the end of the day, there's a lot of variables to where the price goes. Nobody ultimately knows where the fiat price is headed. But what we do know is the fundamentals, right? And that can help us shape our understanding of where the overall price is headed. Now, these are my least favorite podcast videos. I don't even watch. Anytime someone has a price prediction video, like, I'll turn it off. I won't watch it. I cringe when I see it because it's like, nobody knows. So why are you speculating? And people are just watching these videos because they want to get some inside knowledge on how to make a quick buck. Well, guess what? Those people who make a quick buck, they're not going to make a big buck because they're in it right now. Then they'll jump out at, maybe they'll get in at 120, they'll get out at 190, and then they're going to miss the real gains, which is being in 180, it going up to 190, it falling back down to 120 or 100, and then it's shooting up to 600K, right? So those fiat-minded people, they actually miss out on most of the gains. And I've seen this time and time again with my friend group, but also people beyond that. So the reason why I'm so against Bitcoin price predictions is people get into the asset for the wrong reasons, right? It's like, why are you getting into Bitcoin? Are you just trying to make money? You know, there's a lot of other ways to make money. The reason I'm in Bitcoin is because of the core fundamentals, censorship resistance. I'm in it because it is secure. It has excellent network effects. It's getting rid of our current monetary system. It's an escape hatch for abuse. It's an auditable blockchain where nobody can get away with anything. You know, there's a lot of things that this money has that I think it's important to look at. And if you're just in it for a number go up in price, then you don't really understand the full characteristics of the asset. And I really think ultimately, and to further rail in against Bitcoin price, is most of our fiat struggles come because of this high time preference behavior. The gambling, the sports betting, I can make a quick $25, I can make a quick $50. Like, it's a very fiat minded way to think. And it just people just focus on the self-enrichment and they don't focus on why they're really there. We tend to be very surface level on many things because of this high time preference, and it shows in our food, the quality of our homes, our bodies. It shows in many things, and I think we need to flip high time preference upside down. High time preference is fiat. Low time preference is, as you guys know, Bitcoin and hard money, and we need to really focus on that actual building blocks, right? Not focusing on self-enrichment just to get ahead for a day or two, right? We need to get in the things that we understand, and that is key because, you know, many people are going to get in the next couple of weeks because the price is going up and they're going to feel FOMO. You know, the cycle keeps repeating, guys. This isn't the first time this cycle has gone through. And people are not going to be able to handle the volatility. They're going to end up losing a lot of money. And I think we need to get into things we understand, because if we don't, we're going to be in it for the price and we're going to be out of it for the price. You will miss out if you go down the focusing on price on the window to truly accumulate. Let me say that again, because that is probably the most important thing I can say. If you're in it just for price, you will miss out on the window to truly accumulate Bitcoin. And I think from my view, and kind of looking back at my mistakes in Bitcoin, the true money, the deepest money, is found beyond the shallow, right? Think about the people that have the most Bitcoin. They went deep down the rabbit hole and they understood something before the rest of us. I'm telling you, a lot of people got into Bitcoin early and they don't have their Bitcoin anymore. Think about all those people that tweeted, oh, I sold it, $8 from $4. I doubled my money. A lot of people did that. I've seen that with 6 cents to 30 cents. I got a 5x return and I sold for 30 cents. Think about that. There's probably hundreds of millions of dollars that they missed on the table because they had high time preference and they thought they got ahead. But the window to truly accumulate is if they understood all 8 of the properties of Bitcoin, they never would have sold it for 30 cents because they would have seen the value as being worth priceless, right? But because they saw it just for what it was, number go up, they got in at 6 cents, they got out at 30 cents, and they sold. They missed the window to truly accumulate, which was from 6 cents to a few $1,000s. So, lots of institutions, companies, and countries, we can see it right now. They're stacking more Bitcoin than ever before. So there's a nice foundation, a nice bid going on with Bitcoin. But I think like these larger governments, cities and states, they're assessing actually allocating a percentage of the asset to their balance sheet right now. So, we're seeing lots of players putting significant money into Bitcoin. And so right now, actually, the price is, it's funny, when I wrote this outline, the price was 115K, and now it's already 119K. So it's kind of moving quickly here. But, the thing is this. Things can shake the price up that are unforeseen. For example, tariffs. We can have tariffs go up, no deals can go through, and then we can see 30% higher prices on a lot of the goods we like, right? So there can be a lack of deals on the tariff front. We can see Iran or Israel reignite the war, and it could be more full-blown, right? I mean, things can happen on that front. Or another country, China tries to take Taiwan, whatever. Things can happen that can cause the price to crash. Debt issuance. I think that's part of the reason the price is pumping the way it is because Bitcoin sniffs out further debasement of the currency, further debt that's going to occur, and the currency continuing to weaken. So I personally think that Bitcoin will hit 220 to 250K, pending things get worse with our debt situation, pending the further devaluation in the dollar, pending the lack of audit of Fort Knox, pending a lot of things like that. I think it's going to continue to get worse personally before it gets better. And but that's this cycle. I'd be surprised if it went over 250, like up to 300, 400, 500K. But I'd also be surprised if 120, where we're at now, is the top. Now, I could be wrong. This could be the peak, and we may be going down back to 80 to 100K. Okay, that could happen. But I generally think that the top is actually not in, and it will be in probably in the next 6 to 9 months on the late end, probably 6 months though, from my view. And you just got to prepare. You guys already know, you guys can look at charts. The lows probably could be between 70 and 80K, right? We just saw that with a nothing burger in March. It went down to 74K. So we could see that happen. And I think 100K will be the new bear market low from this upcoming epoch. So once when we go up to our 220 or 250, maybe it'll go down to 100K as the low. So a 50% drop. But I don't think we're going to see, like we saw in previous cycles, 80, 90% drops from my view. I could be wrong, but that's just my view. But again, guys, this isn't a price prediction. You guys need to do your own financial advice. None of this is financial advice. And you also need to be crystal clear on this, guys. Nobody holds a crystal ball on where the price is ultimately headed. Nobody. If you hear someone that says they know, they're full of it. If these people really knew, they would not be working. They'd be on yachts. They would have all the money in the world. Like, nobody holds that crystal ball. And if they say they do, they're probably trying to sell you something or sell you downriver. So kind of taking it back to the start of this podcast, we got to focus on reasons deeper than price, guys. Like, price is only one small characteristic of Bitcoin. We got to focus on privacy. We got to focus on history. We got to focus on cryptography. And furthermore, we need to look at security, quantum resistant. We need to focus on the Bitcoin improvement proposals, the circular economies, Lightning, further developing the network effects, further enhancing treasury adoption, further enhancing self-custody, further enhancing wallet and peer-to-peer payments. I mean, guys, the rabbit hole goes deep. But I encourage you to always look at things deeper than price. Yeah, price is probably what gets most people in, to be honest. It's the initial magnet that draws people in. But the reason that people stay is these other characteristics. So please try to find something more sticky than a price. Or you're just a tourist and you'll be here and out within a few months or a few weeks. So guys, that's my podcast. I hope you enjoyed this one. Please be sure to share it, comment, rate, subscribe, like. And again, I will see you guys in the next one.